So my first impression of Guatemala is that it was exactly what I expected and not what I expected. And what I mean by that is that what our guide Candace kind of told us about is the globalization. There I saw a lot of Burger Kings and Taco Bells and stuff like that, and I was very surprised by that.
I saw people that were just dressed very similarly to Americans. I saw lots of advertisements and a lot of commercialism in some aspects, but a lot of really interesting, fun cultural things too.
My first impression was how much alike they are to us, how they were just living their everyday lives, and we were there to see what they do, and it was just similar to ours.
What I did expect was it was a beautiful country. The scenery was great, the people were amazing, and I just was completely blown away. We worked in a village, but we actually stayed in a local town.
We stayed in kind of like a motel that was exclusive to just our group, which was really nice, because at the end of the day, or while we were there, we got to interact with the people in our group, so we could always reflect or tell each other what happened every day and see how it's affecting each one of us.
My best memory of the experience was finally getting my stove done properly. To do the Guatemala trip, it's service learning, and we built stoves for some of the women. Our stove we had some issues, but it was very rewarding when it finally got completed right, and just seeing the happy faces of the recipients.
My best memory was taking on a new lifestyle and culture and adapting to them, and it not being like a vacation, more of culture shock, I guess. At first, I didn't know how I was going to adapt the language barrier, but I have taken a few years of Spanish, and quickly I remembered it because they speak slowly, and Spanish is their second language, so it came fast.
The biggest challenge was the language barrier. I had been studying a little bit of Spanish, but it was coming very slow. But thankfully there's things like Google Translate where you could just kind of show each other your phone, point, and just get by with basic Spanish.
The way my perception of the world had changed. I've traveled many places, but this was the first time I ever got to be so involved with the local people that we worked with and got to learn them, understand them. We became very close friends. A lot of them messaged me on Facebook asking me if I got home safe. That's how much they care.
The biggest reason why I went on this trip was to kind of challenge my political and world viewpoints, and just kind of seeing and interacting with the people was just a very eye-opening experience. I was just very grateful for the opportunity. I didn't expect a lot of the kids to just kind of swarm me and just hang off me and play with me, but it's really fun. I wasn't really a big kid person prior, but they just grew on me, and I just love looking forward to them, just hearing them just want to play and do stuff, hopscotch, whatever else. It was a lot of fun.
I learned a lot about myself, and I feel like I'm more open-minded now, and seeing a different part of the world has changed how I see my daily life, and seeing how hard they work there, and definitely don't take things for granted as much anymore, I think.
Actually, I got more from this trip than I've ever from any other country I've traveled to, because we were involved with the local population. We completed a project. We got to know each other. We got to travel. We got to sightsee. We got to do all these things that if I went on a vacation, I don't think I would ever be able to do everything that we're able to do in Guatemala.
The service learning makes this a very unique experience. Not only do you remove a little bit of the tourist kind of stigma, but you're actively participating in the community and working alongside them to create something that's really special. And I feel like those relationships will really last.
Sinclair gave me this opportunity. I met the right people, the right professors kind of told me about this trip, and they knew that I like to travel and I like to help people. And the process was so easy. Literally, Sinclair took care of everything. They gave a scholarship that helped with the finances. They gave me all the information I needed. They took care of all the travels, all the amenities, and it was amazing because all I really had to do was, after I filled out the paperwork and did everything, is I just had to show up, and Sinclair took care of everything else. So if anybody's afraid of traveling, you shouldn't be afraid to travel, because Sinclair will take care of you the entire way. I mean, they had us from when we showed up to the airport to when we got back.